Robert. He said, I'm gonna show you something. So he calls the lieutenant on the phone and he say, sir, he said, I got these set of orders here. There's somebody to promote this young man, and he didn't go through with me. He said, I don't know who the motherfucker was, but it should have went through me. Now, he already know the lieutenant is the one that did, right. The one he talking to, okay? So the lieutenant say, well, Sergeant Major, I did that, and it will never happen again. He said, oh, sir, all right. And then when he hung up, he told me, he said, you see, I got my point across. I cussed him out and made him apologize to me, and it should have never happened again. Yeah. I said, you got that right, Sergeant Major, because he let me know, because he already know what the scenario is, but he made him come down to his level, even though he's over him, and have him apologize and about the boy's order, and then promise him again, it'll never happen again. I said, go ahead, Whitey.
Yeah.
And I always remember that. Go ahead. And one time I was in the store, and this old white woman was in the store, and it was like the 5 and 10 cent kind of store, right? And everybody was lined up in the mall and so forth. And they only had two cash registers open. And the woman came in. I saw her when she came in and got a little stuff. We all standing in line waiting on our turn, to be cashed out. She comes through with her little basket, and she walks to the cashier, past everybody. She said, excuse me. And so the lady said, yes. She said, where is your manager? And so she said, oh, ma'am, you having a problem? I'll get the manager. So the girl called over the wild speaker for the manager. So the manager came up. She said, excuse me. She said, but there's lines of people here. You only have 2 clerks. Isn't it possible for you to open 2 or 3 more? She said, yes, ma'am. So I'll go in a place now and I'll say, excuse me, the line's long. Who didn't show up today? Because that woman let me know it's what you demand, what you get.
Right.
And we was all standing there in line, and little old white lady with a little cane and a little basket and came up there, and they came out with some more clerks to take care of it. And I did it last week at Walmart. And the chicks was walking off because they was, I guess, getting ready to go on lunch or break. Mm-hmm. And I say, all these people out here, y'all ain't got but 3 people. And then he said, well, the manager, I said, well, somebody. And before you know it, we had 5 registers open. Miss Robert said, go ahead, girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I learned it from the white
Yeah, they'll show you the way. Because they don't sit back and take nothing.
That's it.
I know a guy, he does work for the city. And you know how we got all these potholes and stuff. And he said they don't complain enough.
They don't.
But because the white folks, they ain't gonna have it. They gonna hit that pothole twice, and it's gonna be fixed.
There you go.
They gonna all get together, but we'll just keep going around it.
Yep.
Keep going around it. Warn each other about it. Don't hit
it. They got a website. All you gotta do is type in the address.
Yeah.
Where the pothole at.
Right. They show you the way. They go get results because they show you the way. I like when I went to school with them, and you gotta watch them.
That's
why
I
say they take their own mama out now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't trust them.
Right.
But they teaching me, and like I said, if you just pay attention, you can move in a whole lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. Because that's how I am. I complain and I get results. When I was locked up, I had the jail inspector came all the way down there. Just because I know how to write. That's why I say I thank God my mama sent me to the school, because I know how to write up stuff to where if you didn't know if I was black, you wouldn't even know it.
What?
You would think a white person wrote that letter. And I know what to say. I use words like concentration camp, like conditions, and they like, niggas don't know that kind of stuff. They don't know those words.
But I'm gonna tell you another thing. I had a young boy that was out of college, and I was over him, and he was, what it was. He was telling me something about I don't remember exactly what the subject was, but he was using big words because everybody knew he went to college, but he needed an answer from me. And I said with him, if you need an answer from me, you better come on down to them $5 words, brother. So he got to get on my level. See, he was trying to show me how uppity he was done, but I was still letting him know I'm in charge. And if you need that answer, you better come on down to where I'm at.
Right.
So he had to explain on my level to get his answer.
Right.
See?
Right.
And that's another thing I'm saying I learned from, because the little shit that they would do.
Right.
Stuff like that. But I hate in a heartbeat.
One thing I learned from working with them at Pieces of 8 is when they say thank you, you being dismissed.
Yep.
Yeah.
I peeped that one up. Yeah, when they say thank you, that's done. Thanks, Sean. That means Sean, keep it moving.
I picked that up in customer service.
Mm-hmm.
Being
Thank
in
you.
the call center.
Right.
I use that quick. I'll be like, if there's nothing else I can do for you, thank you. Hey, right up on them while they trying to cuss me out.
Right.
Hey,
I asked them, they didn't say that it
the
was.
public will make you learn different things too, dealing with people.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's what my thing of it is that our children cannot be. We fail our children in making them smaller than they need to be, because they could be actors, dancers, they could be in philosophy and all that, but because we limit them to their role, they don't get to branch out to all them other places to find out what else they could do and be great at it.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Too.
Right, because I tried to tell them, because I was mentioning it to Fed, I said, why y'all keep taking them to Chuck E. Cheese? Take them to the goddamn museum.
Right.
Let them see something else. There's other things in life other than the limit that where it seems fun and easy.
Right.
And we think we're doing something great.
Right.
We're really stifling them because we're not taking them to other places to even know if they would like it.
Mm-hmm. And you'll tell them just to get a job, and
Yes.
like if you go to your parents as a black person, they and you say, "Mama, I want to rap or whatever." Like I say, back when I was a kid, that was the silliest shit I could ever say to my mama. Instead, I wanted to be a rapper and stuff like that, not knowing if I could really actually do it. But it was like, look, you gonna go to school and you gonna get a good job. That's the black man goal, is to go to school and get a good job. That's it. Not to be an entrepreneur.
Sean, you had talent back then. Even when I came up there for Kevin's wedding and I stayed there at the house. And because I had to tell you, your father, your mama, I said, man, let me tell you something. I said, I was laying in there on the couch, and I said, Sean came and asked me, told me he was going to have some friends over, and was it okay? And because they were going to be back there writing some songs. And I said, yeah. I said, but then I got to land there.
I see you get those shirts too.
Huh?
You get those shirts too.
Yeah. Hey, hell, I didn't know what it was. I thought they put a hole in it. But anyway. And true respect. And so they was back there doing the little rap thing. Then I heard, motherfucker, on this, and I was like, oh shit, what the hell is they back there doing? And they were just cussing in the song and that they was writing. So then Niecy said, well, why didn't you tell him to stop? I said, because that already gave his ass permission to go ahead and do it. I said, well, I didn't know this shit was going to come out like that. I said, so I couldn't stop it. I said, but it had a talent because they was mixing the words and everything. It's just that when they got to the curse words, I was like, oh, what the hell? And then when I was telling her, I said, something I got to tell you. I said, but I had to let it go. Then he's talking, well, why didn't you stop? I said, because I already gave him permission. And so I had to let him keep going with their thing. And then I remember one thing, you might not remember this, but one time I told you, you was going with this girl and she had a baby. And I asked you about it, and you say, that's all that's out there. I say, oh, take it, because it wasn't yours. But it was like most of the girls that she was dating, apparently, you know, they already had children or something, you know.
Right.
And they was all out there like nonchalant. I said, oh, okay. I left it at that, though. But yeah, I remember y'all was like cussing back then. Shocked the shit out of me. I said, what the hell?
No, that stuff commonplace.
But see, but my thing of it is that my age group wasn't used to younger people cussing like that. We can cuss, okay. Just like I'm a cusser now, I've always been. But
and you know what? I want to hear you say something about that because that's weird to me.
What?
Because I used to listen to rap, and my mama would come back there and tell me turn that shit off, and I'm like, you cussing at me, telling me to turn this off because they cussing. Like, is it just that you don't want to hear young people cussing? What is it? Because you cussing.
Because we lived on that respect thing from older people. That all came up. You didn't talk back to your parents, okay? Yeah, even though they cursed you or what have you, you didn't do that. But then when when the next year, every generation changed and things are acceptable that wasn't from the generation before.
Like,
okay, the new stuff.
Like when we used to ride the city bus and stuff, I said we see it thoughts we would whisper our cuss words. We wouldn't be all loud with our cuss words. Right. I said, but these kids.
But that was music. See, music was different. You know what I'm saying? Because it was music.
Yeah, but
it wasn't like.
But it wasn't accepted by the older generation based on because they never applied it to their generation. You see what I'm saying?
But they still cuss, so it's kind of hypocritical. You know.
But the old saying was, "Do as I say and not as I do."
Right.
And see, and that came all the way from slavery. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit, each generation. So you skin a little off for the next generation, get away with a little bit more. It's the same thing as that your children get away with shit that you didn't get away with, and you don't find it as acceptable. Okay?
Right.
And they thinking, hey, boyfriend know he got a problem because he got me doing this when he's doing this. See, because we're always going to do that comparison of what the parents' part is.
Right.
All right, and that's what that come down to being. That's the reason why it was a shock to me when y'all was back there doing the thing. Now I saw the positive side that y'all can write and get your phrases and poems and shit together. Right. I saw that, but then I saw, oh shit, they done went a little far for me because I wasn't used to it. But being that I was in the army too, and my thing was is that they all curse, and like when I had Gail,
and I grew up in a cussing household. My mama is about that.
But see, this is the same thing I say now. Cause your mother she talks to church and everything, and I'm like, did she have amnesia? See, cause my thing is, I remember that other generation when you was at, they was at that certain generation, okay, but they don't want the past to bring forward. It's like the dude that sold me the herb and everything, and I was talking to him about something that he was saying, and I said nigga, and he said, and that was just last week, and he said I'm a color person. I said, hey, during my time a nigga was a nigga. I said it could be called by anybody as long as they wasn't white, okay, because that was our language, okay. So now when they start talking about nigga, everybody's protesting, and I told them, if they call you a nigger or they call you a color person, you're still the same person. They just gave you a different label. That is all it comes down to being, is that you just got a different label. Because you still gonna be a nigger, period. And the young men among themselves.
Listen. I'm one of those people that protest against the word. I'm actually into it with Facebook on Twitter right now. Because every time I say cracker or hillbilly or something like that, I get banned for 30 days. But you can say nigga freely. And so I don't think it's fair. Plus, I reserve that word for people I have no respect for. Because it came out of ugliness and all this, we made it ours and all that.
But that's the same thing too now. I'm gonna give you just my point of view.
That was good.
Now, when you were saying about the word cracker and so forth, now I'm gonna give you a good example that I try to see a little past that. You remember Fred Sanford when he was on his show and everything.
I'm watching Sanford currently. It's on my stars. I'm currently watching.
Okay,
Fred
and
Sanford.
you always talk about the old ugly white woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't. But if a black person, as a black person, that's what he was saying. But if a white person, you talking about the old black woman, they use double standards when it's to their convenience. Everybody, our race, and everybody use a double standard to their convenience. Okay? Yeah. Now, I don't feel offended with the word nigger because it was part of my surroundings and what we assume a nigger was. Because we would say, hey, how you doing, nigga? I'm doing all right. You know,
but that's what, because that
comes
come from us. I mean, that come from them.
See.
White people. So what if a white person said, hey, what's up, nigga?
Hey, my point of it, then I get defensive because that's not a part of me. And that's what it was always is. But
See,
what
what's
I'm trying
the
to
difference?
say, no, that is what I'm trying to say. We have double standards.
Okay,
You see,
right,
I'm
right.
using my double standard to my convenience of the word nigga.
And you admit it. That's
right.
I can deal with that.
That's what it's all about.
Right.
Because we all have our double standards. We all have our prejudices.
Right.
Even if one of my kids want to marry a white person, I'm going to get like a little shaky.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Nothing is wrong with it, but I wasn't grown. I didn't grow up that way or was accepted that way.
Right.
In my time. Now I can deal with it. It's just like if one of the kids say, well, I'm gay. My thing of it is that, hey, that's something I have to get adjusted to.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's wrong because I can't tell you who to love, okay? Right. And I'm glad that God gives me that insight that I can try to be objective to whatever it is.
Right.
But I can also say that I'm just not used to it, but I know I'll come around with it, but let me adjust to the idea. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with who you love or whatever, but let me adjust. It's the same thing when I was in the Army, and I had a lot of friends that were gay and everything, but until you come close to home, you really don't know what you really feel.
Right.
Okay? And that's with race and so forth. That's the reason why I say the double standard of what we used to. You know, and I'm suspicious of everything when white, I'll tell anybody, you better watch your back. You want to watch your back.
Right.
Well, then, J-Von would go down there and date the white girls down there in the country, and I said, you know, a white girl's going to get your ass down there, nigga. Something like that shit. I say because you feel that you have the right, and by God's way and the way I feel, they should have that right to do what they want to do. But I also got to let you know there are warning signs that other people don't want you to have that right.
Right.
Okay? You're no less than they, and they are no better than you, but this is what they're comfortable with.
Right.
And I'm putting you on notice, so when you do your thing, where you should feel free to do your thing. Because I told J-Von, if you and the white boy get stopped in the same car together or whatever, and y'all both done did the same thing, they gonna have his ass on the hood of the car and your ass on the ground. That's all I'm trying to say.
Right.
And then he'll say, Auntie, why you always calling me a nigga? I said, well, that's all I can say, man. Because I call them niggas, and I'll call a white person. I said, you know what? Just like a nigga. You know, and I got called in the office one time because I called a white girl a nigga. And the boss he called me in there. And he said, and her husband, they came out because she was so upset because she said I called her a nigga. And so they had me in there on the carpet and they asked me if I called her a nigga. And I said, no, I did not call her a nigga. I told her she act like a nigga.
Right.
See, don't get my words wrong. I ain't pulling back on what I said.
Right.
But my thing was, I was using the word nigga as a substitute for asshole.
Yeah.
That's all it was. It was just another word.
Yeah.
A substitute for an asshole. Period.
That still seems so offensive to me.
You know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying
I can see why she was upset.
Yeah.
You know,
I guess it is a double standard because I'm not offended by it. But the other day, Shy told Chase, he was like, "Get upstairs, nigga." I'm like, "Don't you call
right,
us
don't
a
call
little
it
nigga?"
right. It felt wrong. It felt wrong.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's where that comfort zone. But we don't want sometimes to stand up the fact that we have our own prejudices. Okay, and like you were saying, cracker, whatever. When they be talking about, he said nigga to me, and I'll be like, how many times in your mind and out of your mouth did Peckerwood, Whitey, or we have our own dirty words that we say among ourselves to describe them the same way they have describing us.
Right.
Okay? But so we can put up a fight about somebody calling me a nigga, but it just depends on the way you call me a nigga, what kind of nigga. And just like I remember a girl was calling me, she called me on the phone about some boy, and she told me she called me a bitch and everything. I said, yeah, but I sure wish I was a rich bitch. Bitch didn't offend me, for what she was trying to call me and be offensive. I was letting her know, wait a minute, I could be a bitch, but I wish I was a rich bitch.
Right. Now see, this is part of my thing too, is I want it to be fair and even. If we're gonna be saying nigga, I want to be able to say cracker and all that shit too, because you could have a white person with you, just like Kelly's wife was in here, and the word nigga might get said a few times, but if I was like, yeah, them old hunkies over there, everybody would stop like, what? Don't say that. You know what I'm saying? Now I done said something that's offensive, but the niggas wasn't. That didn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess that's because she bug us.
No, but I'm saying if I just blurted out hunky.
But she's the outsider in the room. So it's like, you
right.
blurted out the outsiders.
Right. And I'm saying hunky, but everybody's like, will be like, don't say that. That's kind of offensive to her.
But see, this is my thing. No, it's only offensive to her because they perceive it's offensive to her.
Right.
She might be already used to the bullshit.
But this is what I'm saying. People would be like, Sean,
right.
Maybe you said something wrong.
Well, that's just like Fat's girlfriend. And everybody kind of try to couple her as being the white side. Well, my point of it is, and you can say different things that might offend her, but you don't even have to be a right. I can still offend that same person by doing something else.
Right.
Or saying something else. It just depends. Right. Okay? But if I gotta step, it's just like when Kevin picked me up and he was driving us back. And I was cussing out, hey, I know we're in the ministry, I know that he's saved and all that, but I'm letting him know, hey, I'm gonna be myself at times. And if this offend you, I'm just letting you know up front.
Right.
Because I got to be myself.
Right.
And sometimes somebody might take what I say offensive.
Right.
Even though I didn't mean it to be offensive.
Right. That happens to me a lot.
And that's all to it. It's just not, because I even have to call Keely sometimes and I was like, hey, when I was talking to you and I say so-and-so, how did you take it? Because I can sit back and think, especially when I smoke the joint, to like, she could have took that two different ways.
Right.
And so I'm trying to clear it up to find out, how did you perceive what I just said?
Right.
And he said, well, Auntie so-and-so, so-and-so. Well, I said, well, I didn't mean it like that.
Right.
But I'm giving you the option to let you know that also that I know it could have been perceived a different way.
True.
And so they gave me an opportunity to explain her the way I said it, because what I said does not necessarily mean that person going to receive it from the way I said it, or what I meant, or what was in my brain and heart.
Right.
They might take it offensive, and it wasn't meant to be offensive. Just like when I say nigger to J1, it wasn't meant to be offensive.
Right.
I'm talking to you, they want to do something to you, right? I could use the word boy, man, his name. I had a whole lot of options.
Right.
Okay? But it would all have been the same because of what I meant it to be.
And see, I don't think people, especially when my people say it, I don't think that they mean to be offensive. Is just, you know, it's just something they say. It's just that they used to it. Because when I was 18, I went through that phase of trying to check everybody that called me nigga, and I was like, man, I'll be fighting every day, all day, because people don't even, it's just rolling off their tongue, just, you know.
And
so I gave up that fight.
What's up, my nigga?
Right, yeah, I gave, and people calling me that, and I cringe, but I'm like, you don't know. You know what I mean?
Some of that stuff, you have to let it roll. I'm telling you this now as an older person, the 71. And some of that stuff you have to roll off, because the first person that ever called me an MF was my mother. But that couldn't control my life. I'm glad it didn't, you know, because she said offensive things to me, and she done offensive. Hey, that was her. That was not me.
Right.
And I have an insight, and I love myself, and I'll tell anybody, oh, my mom don't love me like I love me. Nobody loved the kid like I love the kid.
Right.
Okay? They can use that word and mean it in different ways.
Yeah.
But the only person that can go down for Claudette is Claudette.
Right.
That's the only person I can depend on. Even if I'm getting reprimanded at a job once, and the girl told me, hey, I'll speak up for you. I say, hey, baby, don't speak up for me.
Right.
Because you got to have this job. You got to support your family. I'll fight my battle.
Right.
Because I win or lose. You know, I thank you for wanting to speak up for me. But that's what it is. Right. I used to tell Geraldine, I ain't going to jail for you. You can be going there by yourself. Your daughter will not spend no time for you. You made cry. You gonna have to do the time, okay?
Right.
And that's just it. I'm just being honest. It's not that I don't love my mother. I think she don't have to handle some other stuff herself.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
I don't disrespect her or anything of all the things or whatever, because that's what she had to deal with. I don't really know what she had to deal with. You know, who bullied her or who didn't bully her or whatever.
1052.
You know.
And that's what y'all. That's why I said I want to go over there with my camera and talk to her and try to get some insight to, because I don't really know Grandma neither. I mean, I know her, but hey, I don't know nothing about her.
And I'm gonna tell you, Sean. Don't let the thing of it is that I had talked to Mama's caseworker once before, and I told her the first time I talked to her was, I guess you can say it, within the last 6 months, and I was telling her, I said, you know, I have to be honest with myself, okay? It would be very hard for me to take care of my mama, and I don't want to take care of my mama, okay?